My name is Becca Nims. I am the Family Ministry Director here at St. Paul's. But my history with the church goes back almost 34 years. I was born here in Cedar Rapids. My dad was one of the associate pastors here at St. Paul's the decade of the 90s. So I was born here, and my first Christmas, I was only 10 days old, and so I was baby Jesus, and my parents were Mary and Joseph. So I have a lot of fond memories of being a young child here. We moved when I was 9 up to Spencer, but it's been a fun journey back here.
My name is Anna. I was baptized here at St. Paul's, and so I grew up here in the church. My parents taught Sunday school when we went, and then as we grew up, my sister and I transferred to the youth programs, and so that's how I got here in the youth program.
Growing up and being a part of the children's programming here at St. Paul's, I have good memories of Sunday school, and I believe at that time there was Wednesday night programming as well.
A lot of lock-ins where we stay at the church all night, and it's fun. We play games, hide and seek, and everything, and it's really fun. Another memory is the trunk or treats here. We have a lot of those, and that's a fundraiser for the youth.
My name is Kylie, and I go to St. Paul's. So St. Paul's is not exactly right across the street from me. St. Paul's is actually about half an hour. I live in Mechanicsville, so Mechanicsville, Cedar Rapids is about 35 minutes from St. Paul's, and honestly, no regrets. What I like best about St. Paul's youth ministry, or just St. Paul's in general, is the community. The community really stands out to me because a lot of churches really kind of support their youth, but they really care about their generations more. I feel really supported at St. Paul's, especially as their youth.
Some of the values that I was hoping the girls would gain from their experience at St. Paul's were empathy towards others, compassion, understanding people's situations without judgment, and just like a passion for service. And Anna, now at the University of Iowa, she's been there a week, and she's already told me that she has given blood, and she's looking for other ways to serve, and she's involved in a Bible study group there. And I'm just really proud of who they've become, and just kind of how they look, how they can help, look for ways to help others.
Get here early, you get to play the best spot.
This is our mascot. We take him on every mission trip that I've been on. We found him in the church when we were cleaning it out, and we forever decided that he will go on all of the trips. So yeah. And he's named Omri because that's a name in the Bible.
This past summer of 2024, we went to Memphis and worked through an organization that's called Serve 901. We primarily focused around the topics of homelessness, and so we worked at a couple of places, and I think for students that was a really eye-opening experience for them, helping them realize that the stuff that we did in Memphis, they can do wherever they're at.
On the Memphis trip, I did a lot of fun things, honestly. Like, even the work we did, we always made fun with it. Like, we made sure that it wasn't just strictly oh, this, and this. Like, there were rules and there were boundaries, but we always made light of it. Like, we're working with homeless people, people experiencing homelessness. And that can take a toll on you sometimes. It takes a toll on them. But you gotta we always found light in what we were doing. And I thought that was very powerful.
My favorite thing was the daycare. We did a lot of games, and I feel like we had a huge impact on the kids because every day when we walked in, they were so excited that we were there, and they asked us if we were coming next week and next year and everything, and it was heartbreaking to them that we were from Iowa and were that far away, and so our last day was really hard for them and for us. But yeah, so I think a huge impact, because we created such strong relationships, it was hard to leave. So yeah, it was hard for us and hard for the kids to leave, so.
My goal in the programming that we do here at St. Paul's and through St. Paul's is for young people to know that they're cared for and that they're loved by God. I think that's the biggest piece of my job. If we can get that across, then we've accomplished our goal.
I'd say one of the strongest relationships I've formed with St. Paul's is not only the people here, but also my mom. So I've always been very close with my mom, but ever since I went to this church and she followed me to the church, I feel like we've grown even closer than ever before.
You know, we feel very blessed for the experience that our daughters have had at St. Paul's and the opportunities they've been given, and just kind of how it's kind of helped them to become the people that they are today.